So this is the second video I'm going to make, but I'm making this video right after the first one, as I said I would. And in this, I'm just going to be communicating about a very simple concept that I'm going to try to just make as simple as possible. As we talked about before, I have two buckets kind of that I'll be making content about. One is like innovation and systemic transformation and systems innovation and all these different things that are my work, so that's very interesting to me. But as I also said, another very important bucket is the work that you do on yourself. Um, Things that are important for your own self transformation because they go hand in hand. So, a concept that I want to do today is within the bucket of self transformation, and it's about this concept that I made up, which is called Delete the Scruff. And name in progress, but it's basically about something you can apply to anything in your life. And it's about instead of adding in new things, we try to just delete as much unnecessary stuff as possible. And this ties very much into like books and concepts like essentialism, digital minimalism by Cal Newport, and just like in general like this minimalism movement, both in like the this doesn't look very minimalistic, but the core you have around you, the items you have on you, the amount of notifications on your phone and apps, the amount of input you receive, how many audiobooks you listen to, how many podcasts, how many emails you respond to. Like all these things are many times just clutter in your life. There are so many inputs that we get that we just need to reduce because people just, we're scrolling on our phones all the time, getting inputs, messages, apps, new videos, new stories on Instagram, that new post on LinkedIn. But we're also getting emails constantly, that newsletter, that thing, but also like relevant emails we need to respond to, and there's so much information coming in. And while we're doing that, every single time we have a little bit of time for silence, put in some headphones, put in some audiobooks, podcasts, music. And if we're not doing that, well, then we're talking to someone. Then we're in a meeting. Then we're on the phone. And then we constantly have this constant stream of input. And I just want people to kind of just learn that, like, a lot of the things that you get in and a lot of the things that you put your attention to, you don't need to. And I really want to help and try to propagate a movement, a the emergence of a movement that prioritizes and that sees the true intrinsic value of silence, of peace, of just being present in a moment, not having to have something come in, not having to output something, and just being comfortable in stillness. There's another book, Stillness is Key by Ryan Holiday. I haven't read it, but stillness is key. I like that because it very much aligns with this. So it's called Delete the Scruff, this idea or concept that I've made up. And it's very much just about starting to recognize all of the different, let's start with your phone, all the different emails you get from newsletters that you never read, to unsubscribe from them. They're just clutter. Um, all of the, I would say, all of the information that you try to store. Many people, when they see something, right, they have some system where they log it. So take, like, save that link, save that book, start doing all these notes, gather all this information. You receive a PDF, save it, I need all these notes on it. Let me make these ChatGPT notes that I put in, like, and what happens is that you just start to become like this collector of information. You start becoming this collector of other people's things, right? Other people's ideas. And you start just hoarding, but also just going after just getting as much as I can. And what ends up happening is just like none of it sticks. It's just fluff or scruff. It should be delete the fluff, right? But I'm gonna keep it to delete the scruff. I don't really know what that means. I don't think it's probably a word. I hope so. But yeah, this was basically just a lot about how we hoard information, and also the other part of it. Then we go away from the input, which is like all the things you take in and you willingly put your attention to, that you should try to, as much as you can, cut away, delete, and try to implement much more just silence, stillness. It's okay to be bored, and it's okay to not be listening to something or learning something. That's where the brain also really works. And it allows you to be much more present in anything else you do. So just start by deleting the scruff, what's not necessary. And this ties very well into one of the main key concepts of delete the scruff um, when it comes to communication. So delete the scruff also is a lot about how many people, when it comes, I'm reading over here, I have a little bit of notes, of course. Um, so like reduce the complexity of what you output or what you communicate. Many people have a tendency to overcomplicate, overthink, and overdo communication. So that email that could literally be 2 or 3 lines maybe is 12 lines because, well, people don't understand the very concept of less is more is so applicable in so many things in life. And you just need to delete the scruff. Delete it. There's so many words, there's so many sentences, so many things that could just be much shorter, much more simple, and uh, you would resonate with the reader much more if you just stop overcomplicating things. And I think that's mainly the concept of it, like deleting the scruff and the inputs you get. So listen to less podcasts, read less books, take less notes, be less on your phone, and just also with like I have like a zero inbox strategy. I try to keep my inbox to as little emails as possible. I literally try to keep it to zero, which means that I process all the emails and I archive them, put them in folders, or just delete them because I just want to have it clean. And if there's anything in my inbox, I know that it's for me to respond to. I start with that and I also try to eliminate the notifications on my phone. Eliminate the input you get in so that you just have more time to be still, to be peaceful, and to be silent. The next part, just to summarize, what the was the output and the communication. People have this need to over-explain, to feel validated when they communicate something. They have this need to like for other people to have them feel understood. Like other people need to understand me, and therefore I need to over explain, I need to over talk, I need to over complicate because then they will understand this is a very complicated topic. I need to make it as detailed as possible so they have the full picture. And what they fail to understand is that the most effective output you can make is usually the one that's the most simple because that's the one other people can relate to. So that was the concept of delete the scruff. It's about deleting as much as you can in what you take in and deleting as much as you can when you try to output, when you try to communicate. And maybe this video is an example of me having to maybe apply delete the scruff a little bit more because I've probably repeated myself a lot in this video and I've probably said the same things many times and probably also overcomplicated it. And it could probably have been a 3-minute video and now it's 8 minutes. So I'm actually going to stop the video now, but think about applying delete the scruff in your life. You don't need to take in this much, and you don't need to output that much. Sometimes simple and less is more. So, thank you.